Hi everyone, thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie. I really appreciate you taking this time and joining me here as we are doing some great things in our coming together. We're picking up healing tools, tricks, and pearls along our journey for ourselves and for others. And we are in the process of reading The Magic of Everyday Life with Maria Szepes. We are in chapter 15, How to Get Along with People. And I would just really appreciate it when you do get a chance. Please hit subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. As I've mentioned before, putting it out there to the universe and you all, I'm working towards my first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I really do appreciate you hanging in there with me, spending time with me, and also picking up what I'm laying down that is going to be helpful in your life and the lives of those around you. So when you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and share with others, and please leave your positive comments. So we're going to pick up where we left off, okay? Here we go. So where we left off last, we talked about professional relationships and marriage, just relationships in general. And when somebody took the position of that you're a conquest or I'm superior to you, how this demolished balance didn't help. We are also talked about that oftentimes gentleness can be seen as a weakness by lower order based people, and that they will have no qualms in taking advantage of us. So it's important for us to strengthen ourselves, learn our boundaries, and do that work, because we are not here to be anybody's rug. That's where we left off. Let's keep going. I always say, and I know you've heard this before, but don't mistake my kindness for weakness. It takes great strength to be a kind, a loving, higher value ordered person, and that's what we are. We are moving towards higher order values. And I'm just going to mention this right now. Richard Grandin has a great way of getting you to really, he just tells you to pick your 5 top higher order values. And he says to really take a deep dive to look at yourself. So you have these higher order values. Are they pie in the sky? What happens when you get over here and you're actually living life and applying life? Do they convert, and do you take action, and are they self-realized? Otherwise, it's just piss in the wind. So please, when you do get a chance, take a look at some of Richard Grandin's work. He's tough and hard-hitting. He's not going to do the work for us, but he definitely gives a lot of tools, and especially in a transforming world such as this. So great for us to know, too, our higher order values. Are they just pie in the sky, or are we pissing in the wind? Are we really applying what we say we want to be? Okay, so the tenet, seemingly realistic on the surface, serves solely of the course to deceive us again. So that, what she's saying is you think you're hurting another, but you ultimately, you hurt yourself. And that's deceiving. People think they're taking advantage of people, but it is going to boomerang. It comes back. This excessively subjective condition is always looking for its own extremes, not by peaceful accord, but through instinct, such as revenge, compensation, satisfaction from others' bondage. So if you are evaluating yourself and you're beginning to notice these bitter roots are within you, take a deep dive into your heart, and let's look at pulling those bitter roots out, filling it with another energy. Make sure what's filling it is higher order values such as love, compassion, kindness, whatever it is you are needing to learn on the scale of consciousness. And we do not want to be taking satisfaction or joy in other people's bondage. That's just not who we are. We're here to uplift humanity. So this is the person looking back at us from the mirror. Ooh, the mirror again. So what we see in others, it's in us. So when we think we are observing the other, accusing them of making enraged, grimaced faces, snarling at us on the surface of the chimera, we are seeing ourselves. So sometimes these things are just very hard to face, and maybe you're not full, let's say for instance, what's surfacing in your life is anger. Okay, it's not saying you are just an angry, bitter person. I mean, I don't, it, I would have to be with, in a coaching session to, get deeper. But I'm just saying there's spectrums. But so let's say that you've done a lot of work on forgiveness or anger or whatever, but you're finding that it's still surfacing in some degree. You're going to have to take a deeper look because a shard of it still remains. And as we continue, I think a lot of us in our journeys, we're aware we're not the same person we were 5 years ago, 1 year ago, or even a month ago. Great transformation comes along in this process. If you do the work will do you. And so as you upgrade, certain things that used to be enslaving are no longer enslaving, which is super encouraging. So just whatever you do, never ever give up. And as you are looking through to things, if the mirror is bringing back things that are ugly and you don't like it, hang in there, do the work. One of the things I'm also doing is Rummy's cards, and by Alana Fairchild. And I'm just wanting to help bring poetry forward, beautiful images and artistry, but also to open your heart. Because if we can open our hearts and start, scaving away at the hardness and then get it congruent with the mind, the upgrade is going to be far easier. And it takes great strength to be kind and loving and compassionate and such and such and such. So just keep at it. The way out of such a situation, the appropriate conduct based on principles laid down as foundation, lies somewhere in the middle, as is the balance point of power in everything. Accommodation is never submission, capitulation, or humbling. Seeking a truly peaceful accord comes from strength, fueled by reason and understanding, not from weakness. I'm going to read that again. So we are not just looking for submitting, capitulating, humbling. We're not codependent. We are independent. And we are coming from a place of strength and compassion. So we are seeking a true peaceful accord that comes from strength, fueled by reason and understanding, not from weakness. And this kind of gentleness and patience behind what is taught, solid recognition, has a magical effect. There's the magic again. Outbursts of maleficence and rage disperse over it like waves clashing against the cliffs of the sea. So you see, as we begin to heal, those waves of anger and rage and other lower order values and lower order energies, they just can't hit you anymore because you've become impenetrable, because it's just not in you. So it's not in you, it can't reach you, and just like waves clashing against the cliffs by sea, it will not touch you. And in fact, it might even polish you off and make you more beautiful, glorious, exalted in a positive way. This magical spiritual posture at first awakens restlessness, later anxiety, and then wonder, light bulb, finally boundless gratitude. Try it. Take it to completion. Do not tolerate that it remains a mere conception. It is in trials such as these that the experiences we long for are concealed. So the soul is looking to evolve. The spirit is looking to ascend. And so we are going to bring situations in our life, like, we don't like pain, we don't like to get dirty and such, but they're actually, these situations are being brought forward so we can be stretched and we can grow and we can become stronger. Like in the Bible, they say you don't put new wine, spirit-filled, into old wineskins. And that's the same as us. Or like a snake sheds its skin. Or like, we give birth to new possibilities. All of these things. We are coming forward out of the old man into the new man or woman. So, magical things can only be gotten by magical means. Let's make magic. Let's leap out into that magic space of wonder without misgivings, bravely as a pioneer, leaving behind the dreary mass housing of familiar, petty, conventional biases and bravados. I know many of you are on this journey of leaving your old life. Like, many things were happening for a lot of people before COVID, and then when COVID hit, it just was that tipping point where people changed where they live, people changed their jobs, they had to let go of a lot of things. In some places, people gained things. There was loss of loved ones. There was just so much change, and a lot of us are those brave pioneers that are moving forward. So, bravado, bravo. Hurt thoughts only cause us to drift on the treadmill of determination from death to death. So just that, the monkey mind, the thinking mind, that the herd mind, the bee mind, right? The hive mind. We want to get out of that and have our independent thought from spirit. Lonely, great, and independent thoughts, ideas at first, revolutionary, improbable, dizzyingly fantastic ideas, recreate the world, humanity, and humanity's destiny. And that's what you are all up to, bringing forth your wonderful gifts of service, your purpose, and just the wonderful person and spirit that you are. So we are the ones who carry the mustard seed of energy which moves mountains. It's a beautiful scripture in the Bible where it talks about if you would just have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And that is all of us. Well, that's going to conclude today. I think tomorrow we'll be finishing up chapter 15. I really thank you for for spending this time with me. I really enjoy spending time with you. And I can just feel the energy rising in our group. May God's favor be upon you as you are doing your healing journeys. And I just know that just from this time, a lot of things are clearing out of your way, and a lot of wonderful things. The magic of everyday life is entering. Just don't forget, you are the magic of everyday life. It's pushed out all around you, and may it be so. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like, and leave your positive comments. Remember, we're working towards that 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. So I appreciate your support. Please leave in the comments how this work might be helping you, or any positive comments you care to leave. And you know what comes next. Peace in, peace